Hi, everybody. I'm really excited. Hi, Matthew. How are you?
Well, terrific, mate. I'm glad to be here.
I am really glad that you're here. So, Matthew, you're one of the guys. I believe you're younger than me. You are just someone that I love to listen to. We are very different. You are the author of The Introvert Edge. To the guys that watch me, you know I'm not the biggest introvert around, but I love how you think, and I love how differently that we think. We had a conversation yesterday about some business, things that we're doing, and I said to you, hey, give some time to me. Let's do a Zoom call and share it to the world. So thank you for coming, and tell a little bit about yourself and, just in a couple of words, who is Matthew? Who is this? Who is Matthew Pollard?
Yeah, sure. I mean, people know me as the rapid growth guy. I mean, predominantly my focus is on helping small businesses get out of that hamster wheel that tends to lead to them being stuck in constantly competing on price, and help them realize that through differentiation, niche marketing, and sales systemization, they can have a rapid growth business that they love. I do find that I get a lot of requests to work with corporate because I'm seen as one of the world's best storytelling trainers. But passion-wise, small business is definitely the place I love to be.
That is awesome. So tell me something. We're struggling right now. The world is going through major change. I know that we're very busy, but I also know it's not the case for everybody. A lot of fear, a lot of mixed news, fake news, mixed information. How can you help people right now that are not sure what's going to happen to continue to move forward?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the biggest thing for people to understand is the world at the moment is how they choose to react to it. And I mean, a lot of people that are listening probably went through the 2008 recession. I don't think there were many people that probably are still around that went through the depression. But the 2008 recession, I lived through that. I mean, I made more money in those couple of years than I made, the decade beforehand. So the reason why I help people really understand is take a step back firstly and realize that this is both an opportunity and a disadvantage, depending on how you look at it. Now, there are two ways for it to be an opportunity. At the moment, there are deals that I am closing because now people have time to do stuff. There are deals that I'm closing because of the transition in the way we do business today. And there are opportunities for growth. See, any smart business chooses at a situation like this to curb unnecessary spending in certain areas. But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't double down spending in other areas. There are people that need to curb their energies and attention in specific areas, but that doesn't mean that they should curb it and go and watch Netflix. I can tell you the number of people that I have spoken to that says, Matt, I've watched all of your videos, and I love the fact that you learned how to sell by watching YouTube videos, and you're an introvert that 93 doors to your first sale, and you ended up the number one sales performer in 6 weeks in the largest sales and marketing company in the Southern Hemisphere. I get all of that. But I have family at home. I don't have 8 hours to go out in the field and then 8 hours to go home and practice every day for the next 6 weeks, and then 16 hours on weekends. That's not feasible for me. And I say, well, we'll break it up over 12 weeks, 18 weeks. I mean, and firstly, I went from having no business being in sales to the number one salesperson in the country. To be a lot better doesn't take anywhere near that time. But you've just been locked indoors for 6 weeks, and sales managers are like, I have no idea what to do with my team. Well, Abraham Lincoln said, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'll spend the first 4 sharpening the saw. So if you happen to be in a marketplace that literally there's no way to pivot, there is no way to do business, if you spend the time I spent learning to sell during this period, you will beat your competition hands down the moment you let back out the gates. Because while the competition is sitting there watching Netflix and telling their staff not to be scared about losing their jobs, well, they're going to lose their jobs because eventually your team's going to get let out and they're going to smash it in closure rate. They're going to know exactly what to say to get more deals to be interested in them, and they're going to run circles around the competition. This is not a time to go, oh no, the world's coming to an end, and spend their time in fear and anxiety. This is a time to say, what opportunities do I have right now? What opportunities for both growth, both mentally, skill set wise, And what opportunities are there for me to sell specific products and services? I mean, I've people in insurance sales that are like, no one's buying insurance right now. Okay, well, hang on a second. When I was, I built 5 multi-million-dollar businesses from the ground up. And by the way, one of those was during the 2008 recession. And I remember, constantly saying, gosh, if the business would, if I got hit by a bus, what would happen to the business? And I then went into building all the systems and processes. But I was trying to do that sequentially. So if you're selling, SOPs and system management, now's the time to say, it's time to get it done. I literally just got off the phone with a real estate company that's finally going to implement storytelling into their organization because their salespeople have time to learn stories. If you're in insurance sales, maybe they don't want to buy it right now, but wouldn't it be nice if they just had the time to review all the insurance offerings, pick the right things for them, and then say, these are the things that I will buy as soon as I know that I can afford it, i.e. my job is safe or my business is back on track. I mean, you could have 100 deals ready to close in 2 months' time, and you could be empathetic to their needs and say, look, for the last 3 years, I've been talking about doing your insurance. Now is the last thing that I want you to do is spend any money on insurance. However, you've also been saying you've got no time to go through the documentation. So why don't we do that together today? And that way you know exactly what you want. And then you can call me in 2 months, or I'll call you in 2 months and we can get it going once we know we're outside and everything's okay. Here's the funny thing. As soon as you empathize like that, people will sign all the agreements. They'll be like, just debit my credit card in 2 months.
I completely agree. You need to really empathize with people, see what the problem is, but not stop. And make sure they know to not stop. Everything is going to continue or is continuing. Also, I don't think there's almost any industry that is completely shut down. I think there's some people that in their minds, things are completely shut down. I have clients in all kinds of industries, and they have problems. Some of them have serious problems, but all of them are doing things now that they have not done a month ago. All of them.
The difference is that people's brains go into spasm and they go into scarcity mindset, right? I had a speaking friend of mine reach out to me, and he's like, what are you doing with your speaking events? And I said, well, yeah, I mean, some of them are rescheduling. I mean, that makes sense. Others are moving to video calls. He said, I just had a customer call me like literally 2 weeks before the event and say that they wanted to cancel. I said, well, what did you tell them? He said, well, I told them that they're inside the cancellation period. They can't cancel. I said, well, what I want you to do is give them a phone call back, because that didn't lead to a healthy conversation, obviously. No. I said, what I want you to do is call them back and find out why. Here's what I believe happened. They got a phone call from their sponsor, and the sponsor said, I am not paying for an event during this situation. Firstly, no one's allowed out, but even if we were, there's no way I want my brand associated with people getting together and COVID-19 being, caught at that event. So they pulled the money. In a spasm mindset, the event planner, which was a chamber of commerce, pulled the event. I said, call them back and say, you've been thinking about this. And because of the fact that they're in this situation, you realized that they're going to pull an event that the small business community needs more than they ever have before. So while I will be happy to reschedule it for you, because I hate your money to be wasted, and I know it's short notice, but I have to admit I was in the wrong mindset before, and I apologize for that. It's stressful for everybody, right? You can acknowledge the mistake and then say, however, I was also thinking that because of the unique situation you're in, small businesses need you more than ever. Why don't you move this to a virtual event? Like, I've been practicing forever to do virtual events. I've been using them for a long time for my clients that can't afford to have me come live. And because of that, I'll do it virtually, and people will appreciate you forever for doing something when everybody else is doing nothing. What I would suggest is, if it's your decision, I'm happy to talk to this about, but I'm happy to talk to your sponsor as well if that's necessary. And they went, no, give us 30 minutes, we'll get back to you. Deal was back on. They did the event via Zoom. Now, he offered a small discount for not having to leave his house and travel to the location. However, if he hadn't have gone into spasm on the first call, he would have suggested that, not offered a refund, and he probably still would have got the deal just fine. The problem is we all go into reaction mode. We get an email from somebody saying, oh, I need to cancel my payments on this because of COVID-19. And our natural response is no refunds, no backsies. Like, That's not the mindset of an empathetic seller. What we need to do is say, what is my opportunity to foster a relationship with this person where they will never leave me again? And that's not giving them a 2-month grace period, because that's not what they want. What you need to do is come up with something, whether it's, I've had clients that I've just picked up the phone. I said, you must be stressed out of your mind right now. Here are the 3 things that I would suggest you do now, because at the moment, the way you're thinking is not healthy for your business. And if you're behaving this way in front of your employees, that's the last thing you want to do, is lose your best staff members and get stuck with the ones that aren't pulling their weight because they're the ones that aren't acting. So let me walk you through what I would suggest we do about this, but let me offer you some advice that will help you survive this testing time. Of course, those people are going to work with me for the next decade. That is the suggestion that I would provide to everyone listening. Don't be in spasm. And I think, when we talk about leadership, it's critical to be a strong leader, both in your expenses, your investments, and towards your teams.
So tell me, you work with some of the most incredible leaders. I know I've consulted with you a few times when I had some difficult decisions, and I know you really helped me. If, let's say, a leader right now, even if temporarily, is spasming, as you say, what can you tell us? How can we get out of this situation so we move out of this bad spasm mindset into a mindset that is growing with what we have now? There's a saying in some military that says, this is what we have and this is what we're going to win with. So this is a situation right now. We need to win. How do you help them change that mindset?
One of the things I've been really excited to see, and you don't actually ever see this happen, but regardless of what your politics is, every single governor or anybody in government, really, even from a county level, is getting in front of a camera and communicating with the populace. I think that's the reason why we don't have mass riots in the streets right now. Why are they doing that? To keep people calm, to keep people at home. Most leaders of businesses right now are hiding under their desks, hoping the shareholders don't call, hoping they don't get called into a boardroom Zoom call, and hoping they don't have to have any difficult conversations with their team members. A lot of them, this is the first time they've ever had to deal with a virtual team. So leaders need to skill themselves up on how to work with a virtual team. Us, small business owners, a lot of them had people all over the world that they've worked with forever. Most CEOs are used to seeing their leadership team and their staff in that office, right? Depending on what level they go to, what department, right? Because of that, they feel disconnected, but more than that, they don't know how to communicate, right? They don't just walk into someone's office. How do you structure and schedule a meeting? How do you get feedback about what's going on? The sad thing that I'm seeing is leaders right now are getting on TV. I mean, we just saw Flight Centre do it. Like, the only time that I have seen that leader on TV was letting people know that he was letting go 4,800 of their 20,000 staff and saying, we're now going back under our desks to hide away to work out whether or not, because we have high cash flow, but we're trying to work out whether we've got high liquidity. So we'll be back to you soon to let you know how things are going. No, we would love the 15,200 people that are still with us to realize that the best thing you can do is work through this period, because every dollar made is another job saved. And we're doing our best to keep every single one, but we're trying to steer the ship so that we're still here in 20 minutes to supply, make it about them. We're sort of trying to supply, make sure that we're here in 20 years to be able to still employ you and support your families, right? The problem is that we're going to fire 4,800 people, we'll be back to you and let you know if it's more. So what happens? All their staff are sitting there watching Netflix instead of working because they're like, I hate my boss and I'm worried about losing my job. And they're not productive. Also, no one knows how to work from home. I mean, for me, this is a standard Wednesday, right? This is exactly what I do on Wednesdays, right? This is my office, and I mean, I'm an introvert. I love this stuff, right? Yeah, sure, I come across as extroverted on Zoom calls like this. I keep saying, just because you're an introvert doesn't mean you can't do these sorts of things. It just means that after this, I'm going to have to sit down for a minute, right? So that's the only difference. But leaders need to understand that they need to communicate with their teams. They need to focus on outcomes that are achievable in these times. They need to provide KPIs, right? They need to celebrate the successes and the wins. They need to tell people what they're doing, and they need to constantly remind people that at the moment their jobs are safe and they're doing everything they can to ensure that stays the case. And if leaders don't do that, then they're not going to get the productivity that they need to make sure that that remains to be the case.
So let's go nitty gritty, because I'm very quiet in this interview because I just want to hear what you got to say. But sales, how do we create sales? How can you help us, me, my friends, all the leaders out there that we are scared, but we're trying to move forward. We're vulnerable. We're talking to our teams. I just had on Friday personal calls with each and every staff member, team member, telling them, all my goal is to go through this, keep you guys, but there might be some storms ahead, and this is what's going on. And we lost 60% of, revenue from regular, day-to-day retainers. We did gain some more SEO work, but how do you help? How do we focus on sales right now? Because like you said, every dollar I make will keep my employees on longer during this COVID-19.
Absolutely. So the first thing you need to realize is I've told you need to focus on your expense line and work that out. But that's like a day, right? Then move into customer acquisition and realize that there are ways. Everybody's like, oh, you can't call anyone right now. They don't want to buy anything. Are you kidding me? Never has there been a time where people are more terrified than they are today, which means they need help. They need mental help at home to deal with the fact that their college kids are back at home and they bought a smaller house because they didn't have them at the house anymore. So now they're trying to deal with that, and how to, conversations around how to have conversations about, keeping quiet while we're at work, conversations about how to speak to your staff members at, via Zoom calls where they're not thinking they're having a phone call because they're going to get laid off right now. Right? Understanding that if you're currently in leadership training, how to educate, right? Just pick up the phone and say, hey, dude, you must be really stressed right now with everything going on. How are you going? Let them vent, be empathetic, and offer them some advice. And then say, instead of selling them something, what you do is you offer them some advice. And then you will say, at the end of giving them that amazing advice to help them feel back in control of their situation, you say, now what I can do is I can direct you to some great free content I created specifically to help you do this. Or I can talk to you about how I can help you through that during this period. What is your preference? Now, sure, some people will be, oh, just send me the free content. Well, I would record a video just like this, and I would post it on social media and then message it to the people that I promised it to say, hey, check it out. So they comment, they like it, and now I've got a video that's going in amongst their friends. But more often than not, people are going to go, you know what? I really need to know how to deal with this, and I don't want to make a step wrong, because do you have any idea how expensive it is to have an unproductive team, right, where you're still paying them at home, and how horrible it can be when they're communicating with their customers like, I don't know if I'm going to have a job tomorrow. Right? That means that person's going to be, well, maybe I shouldn't be hiring this company. Maybe they won't be around tomorrow. It is a massive issue right down the board if you don't take a leadership role. And secondly, understand that there are opportunities. Right? For me, what I realized is, sure, there's a couple of events. When you're talking live events, some people want to have a live event, and that's going to push back. But right now, there's a huge amount of people that need virtual assistants, because there's massive issues there. There are beer companies, and I have to say it like an American, beer companies, because otherwise people don't understand what I'm saying, but there are beer companies that are pivoting to become companies that provide sanitizer. There are retail stores there are restaurants right now that are selling undercooked pizzas so that you can take them home and cook them in your own oven to get rid of the issues. And those people are saying, at 5 o'clock we're opening up ordering. At 5:45 we have to stop taking orders because we're sold out for the day. Yet there are other people saying, oh, I don't know how I can respond to this. How can I still make sales? The difference is, instead of having a risk-adverse, shrinking, closed mindset, these people are having a risk-taking opportunity mindset. And because of that, they're succeeding. In my mind, at this exact moment in time, this is an opportunity for you to become a brand that everybody remembers and will love to work with for the next decade, or a brand that everyone forgets.
I love that. Matthew, thank you. I would try to get you on again. By the way, guys, this is an opportunity that I took. You are about to release a book, which I'm so excited to read. You would not have this time if the COVID wouldn't happen. So this is a great thing that happened for me because of this craziness that we're experiencing. thank you. Guys, it's not what's happening to us. It's how we deal with it. Look up Matthew. Look up everything that he does, your books, your programs. You also have a Facebook group that helps people. I'm going to share that on the post. And Matthew, thank you so much for your time, my friend. And I'm going to harass you again. Hopefully I'll get you on video soon.
It was my pleasure, mate. I was very happy to be here. Thanks for having me on.
See ya. Bye.